Well, hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to round 5 of the North American Grand Prix GT2 Championship, coming to you live from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the road course here at Indy. And I am joined once again by Brad Maris. Brad, welcome.
Thanks, Al. Sorry you missed last week, buddy. Missed a heck of a race out there in Mid-Ohio last week. So, as great a race as that was, I think we're in for another good one here tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed. It was a quite an affair last week. Interesting start to the race. The pole sitter went off. Mike Trussler getting his first ever pole position. Then he takes it off promptly in turn 1 or turn 2, something like that. And then late in that race, the big wreck there, which I caught on your broadcast, and followed by the rainstorms coming in, and, well, Jaime Moore taking his first ever NAGP victory. Quite a night.
Yeah, and an exciting conclusion to that event. So the heavens opened up, like you say, and positions were changed. As Eiran Parsons and John Houston came through in grand style, really moved up the field well, but you're absolutely right. It was Jaime Moore stealing the show there for that event, and it was a well-deserved victory and a very exciting race throughout.
Well, that is all in the past now. It's a new race here tonight, and these guys going to quickly focus on the task at hand, and that's racing here at Indianapolis. This great, well, some like this track, some do not. Let's be honest. It's using part of the Indy Oval and then the infield section, which can be a bit of a bore for some guys. But personally, I don't mind this track, Brad. How about yourself?
Yeah, no, I like it. It poses some very interesting challenges, none more so than just that turn 1 right off the bat here. When these guys take the green flag, they're going to have to deal with a very treacherous entry into turn 1 around this place. Multiple lines to take, very heavy threshold braking, getting down into there. Interesting complex coming around turns 8, 9, 10. Coming onto the back straight and onto the banking there, so, and then a niggly little turn there, turn 6. So, you know, this track doesn't appear to pose a lot of challenges, but we will see guys go off track here tonight, trying to get the power down a little too early, taking a little too much advantage with speed on entry as well. So these guys are going to have to be careful, because somebody will be taking it off here tonight.
So we've got a few minutes here. We're about to head over to qualifying momentarily here. Hopefully my sound is coming through okay. I have to make some adjustments prior to this one. But taking a look at the track map here tonight, 13 corners. You see big overtaking opportunity heading into turn 1, Brad. Also turn 8. And then onto the exit, turn 11, onto the oval portion of this track. You're going to see a lot of guys drafting and a lot of passing opportunities there. Yeah,
that's where the majority of them are going to come from, passing opportunities, that is. Of course, power cars will have an advantage here if they can manage to get through some of the twisties okay. Downforce does play a role here through some of those twisty sections. If you can take a low-power car, get enough speed down the straight to hold the power cars behind you, you can make it a real problem for them. But yeah, in general, the power cars are going to have the advantage here. The guys that are really going to struggle are going to be the guys that have weight ballast on tonight. Success ballast or penalty ballast, it's going to add up the same when these guys try to make their maximum speed coming down the straight.
So the race here tonight is going to be 1 hour. It's going to be 25-minute qualifying before that. So once that's done, we move over to the race. Race tonight, max laps 40, but expected to go right around 36, depending on the pace. And we have moved over to qualifying. And Brad, did you notice who was at the top of the timesheet there in qualifying? And practice, I should say, none other than David Rowley. So is that a sign of things to come?
Well, I don't know. It was our British contingent starting off strong last week there with Mike Trussler nabbing that pole. Maybe David Rowley has the opportunity here tonight, but let's not forget how it became unraveled there for Mike Trussler. So hopefully we don't have a full repeat of what's going on. But David Rowley is certainly in the machinery to get around this place quickly.
Well, it's been a season of firsts so far. We had Ryan Schleif winning his first race a few races back. Jaime Moore winning his first race last week. Trussler getting his first pole. Let's just say this. Rowley has actually won a race. I don't know. I believe it was in GT1, but it was so long ago. I don't even. I guess we probably would have to consider it a first if he does win here tonight.
Well, to carry on the theme of first, let's not forget another GT1 class win around this very track, Al. Let's get back in the way back time machine here and remember that great run put on by John McIntyre and teammate Gup Douglas here in the Aston Martin, sloshing through the wet for that 1-2 finish for those guys.
Oh, how can I forget about that? In the Aston Martin, if I recall. Perfect strategy played out by those two. They were like, as I think Parsons might have scrubbed the wall there, but let's jump on board with Eiran while he starts his hot lap. But yeah, those two guys really snuck at the field and finished 1-2 at a race that was saw quite a bit of moisture. And although the chances are low here for rain, it does. A lot of the races we've run here have seen some wet weather. So we'll see how it plays out here tonight. But what a great 1-2 that was for those two guys. That was unbelievable.
And you know, yeah, absolutely. And you know, for a quote-unquote boring track, which I don't think this is, it typically leads. I can't remember a bad race we've had here, a race that was uninteresting or unexciting. So. Typically, the races we have here are just wonderful races.
As we follow Parsons here into the turn 8, 9, 10 complex. Slow right left-handers.
Yeah, not too much. Not too much to get wrong through there. This is the important one here. You got to get around this corner well, make sure the car is nice and free, but you can still get the power down from a long blast down the front straight.
This should be a pretty decent time for Parsons. And to provisional pole with the 129.7. So nice lap from Parsons. David Poole about to start a hot lap. Matt Taylor in the Viper.
First.
Go ahead, Brett.
Sorry, Al, not first out on track. First to set a timed lap for David Poole. Very strange he doesn't set the first timed lap, Al.
Big slide there from Taylor as he was up in the first sector.
Yeah, both Matt Taylor and teammate Chris Moses looking pretty racy in the official practice session. Chris Moses, unfortunately, will not take part in this qualifying, but should have good speed for the race.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult task for him to find his, wiggle his way through traffic, but anybody can do it, it's him. So let's see where, oh yeah, Taylor. Ooh, a little too hot into turn 11, but lost a bunch of time there in the middle, so he's about half second off the pace. Let's follow him around here, see where he winds up.
Boy, when you find yourself on pace coming to that turn 11, Al, it's so easy to get it wrong, to push too much through there to gain that little bit of extra speed.
So to 10th. Trussler right away. Also in the 29s. Couple guys so far, only 2 so far in the 29s. Looks like Trussler and his teammate are going to work together here to play a little draft, play the draft game.
Yeah, that's a strategy that can definitely work around here. It's a little difficult to make it happen, but it's a possibility.
Let's see what Trussler does here as he's leading his teammate Alex White down the front straight. Hey, you can certainly pick up a lot of time down in the draft here, so expect Trussler to dive out of the way. Yeah, there he goes. Yep, he's helping his teammate. Yeah, he parks it. See what that does for White. White carrying 90 kilograms of success ballast here tonight. So
he's going to need all the help he can get.
that is about an average size adult in the passenger seat. So he's about 4/10 off there in the first sector. White leading our championship so far, as we are at the halfway point of the season. This is marking the 5th round of the championships.
Yeah, our viewers that tuned in last week may recall it was actually a very fine drive put in by Alex White, also with quite a bit of success ballast on the car there too, but did come home in a pretty decent finish there at 2nd in that Mid-Ohio event, so retained a nice points position.
Yeah, quite a remarkable finish, to be honest with you. As I was watching the end of that race, I mean, Moore really working that Ginetta in the wet, managed to make up really actually didn't lose much time in this middle part of the track, but Moore really got that car working in the wet. I think that weight was really hurting Alex White in those conditions.
Well, it looked like a pretty clean lap for Alex White. This will be an interesting time.
Remains 6th, does not improve. So it's Parsons. Eiran. Marty Eiran jumps up to 2nd. Let's look further down here. John Luden currently in the 4th spot. If you're just tuning in here, you're watching our Monday night coverage of the GTR2 Monday night GT2 championship from Indianapolis. Just underway here in qualifying at about 17 minutes to go. As we watch John Luden make his way through the infield here at Indy. Now, Brad, what type of setup are these guys? I mean, is it a kind of a middle-of-the-road setup? The guys running low wing, or the guys got to set the car up to balance that infield section here?
Yeah, some cars you can get away with running a little bit of aerodynamics on, but in general, they're going to take as much off as they, they're going to take as much off as they possibly can. You simply give up way too much straight line speed coming down the big straight to gain much of an advantage through the twisties with a little bit of extra arrows. So the majority of these guys will be on very low downforce.
Guys on out laps. We're going to ride along here with Mike Monahan, currently in 17th. And I should mention, the last race here was back in Monday, April 8th of 2013. Mike Monahan finished 2nd in that race in the C6. Mike just under
nice.
2nd off.
Nice run for Mike, and I tell you, this team enjoyed a sudden surge of resurgence, I guess you could say. I said that twice. Switching to this Cadillac last week, they finally showed some of the pace we know these guys have got in this Caddy, but it took them a while here. It took them about 4 events into the season to show something.
Mike does not improve. Whole time here the last time around was a 129.3 set by Chris Moses in the Ford GT3.
Yeah, that's interesting, Al. You'd figure that ordinarily in these events recently, we've been eclipsing those times right out of the gate, but still about 4/10 off of that best time so far.
Times up front right now, very close, only 0.03 of a second separating Parsons and Marty. If you're watching on Twitch, you can click the banner for tonight's race for the live timing, as Parsons just slightly off. Or if you're watching on the site, just click on the GT2 live timing. And you can follow all your favorite drivers here tonight as Parsons parks it. So interesting qualifying, Brad. It doesn't seem like much is going on right now so far. So about 15 minutes to go. And Marty 10th off here in the first sector. Let's ride along with Marty.
Yeah, everybody's got a lap in. As I look through timing and scoring, and you watch Marty Eiran on your screen, the guy I'm looking at is John Luden, and I'm wondering if that Mosler and the 05 Motorsports squad have something figured out tonight, because those guys are looking pretty racy, and if one guy needs a good finish here, it's John Luden. His season to date has actually been pretty disastrous, so I see John Luden up there battling for a top 5.
So Marty gets out of it. Salem Montgomery Jr. now in 7th. Didn't really catch his split time in that first sector. Let's see where he is here as he works his way towards the second split. Marty currently sitting 3rd in the championship. Tough race for him last week.
Yes.
There's only 2/10 off there in the second sector.
So, yeah, Salem did not qualify terribly well in that race last week, and then ran into some contact late, as we know. Big part of that big crash.
So Salem carrying some weight, some penalty ballast here tonight, so that's probably going to affect his top end as he improves 1 position to 6th. Take a look. Okay, so Matt Taylor's jumped up to 3rd, so Taylor has got that Viper figured out. Trussler remains in 4th, both on outlaps. John Luden now on a flyer. Let's look further back down the grid here. David Poole in 7th. Alex White has now dropped back to 8th. Jaime Moore, last week's winner, in 9th. On a hot lap and getting raced by a Corvette. Moore parks it. Connor Swain sitting in 10th. Greg Myers on an outlap. So I'm guessing this is Felipe Triana subbing. That's what I got, right? Subbing for Andres tonight, Brad?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so it's Felipe Triana driving Rodrigo Triana's on his computer, subbing for Andre. So we're going to quiz you guys later on tonight about that, and whoever gets it right, you get a star. Okay, Jared Keene running in 13th. So pretty good showing here for Jared in this qualifying session in that Audi. Audi's a good car around here.
Yeah, well, Marty Eiran has got one of them up there in the top 2, so obviously a pretty good performer. Good speed and also good handling, it has to be said. It is a good car, good mix for this track, no doubt.
So we'll see what Jared can do here. Quite a bit of traffic up ahead. Should not be a problem for him, however.
No, could even help if he can stay close enough here. Get a bit of a toe. That's good for, if you can get a good toe, that's good for 3/4 of a second just coming down that back straight. Main straight.
Lost a bunch of time there in the middle. Look like he's close enough to that Audi to catch a draft. Palacio now running in 14th. Sergio Calderon in 15th. Brian Story running in 16th. Kevin Miller gets it all wrong, currently in 17th. Monahan back in 18th. I'm surprised to see Mike back there. Mascarelli in 19th. Looks like he was the vet battling Jaime Moore earlier. Larry Ferguson back this season now. This is his first showing here tonight. He's currently in 20th. Omar Gomez in 21st. Rally. Oh yeah, Rally's got a no-qual tonight, if I'm not mistaken. So the two guys who could have battled for pole serving no quals. As Parsons has just been dispatched to second as Marty Eiran has jumped into provisional pole with the 29.5.
Aaron Parsons on a decent lap now. He will have a shot to retake it here.
And he does with a 29.4. So, just like that, Parsons answers his own great lap. John Luden in third. He's about to close out a lap.
Yeah, interesting battle, those two at the front. Marty had gotten past, Aaron had gotten past Marty. Marty barely got past Aaron, and now Aaron's back on top. So those guys really flip-flopping for those positions as
So just under 10 minutes to go here in this qualifying session. Guys on out laps. Ooh, Alex White. He just started a flyer. He's got a bunch of traffic in front of him. Let's jump on more with White.
Well, typically you'd say traffic can be pretty diabolical around this place unless you happen to catch them off the straight and have a faster car, but the times are so tight around here. You know, even if you are pretty close, there's plenty of room out there. Time's very tight.
Very tight. Car has to be a handful to drive around this part of the track with all that weight.
Definitely a bit understeery, and again, these guys probably not running, but the minimum splitter available. Boy, Alex White actually
2.5 tenths off.
Second split.
Yeah, let's see what he can do here at the line.
I would think that he would give up gobs of speed here, trying to come down the straight here with those 90 kilograms, but we'll see.
Yeah, he did lose about 5 tenths, so remains in 8th. Maybe more in 9th. Connor Swain now on a flyer. You know, the Viper's good around here. His teammate was up in the front of the practice session, so let's see what Connor can do here. He got a bit of a toe from White down the straight. He's only 300ths off in the first second.
Yeah, so that's interesting. You mentioned David Rowley having a qual, and Chris Moses as well. Both those guys in Vipers, they all have very good speed. Both of them starting towards the back. That'll be interesting to watch as this event unfolds. So you'd think that Connor Swain could be putting in a bit better time than he has got right now. So 6.5 minutes left to go. Time for him to get on the ball, I'd say.
Hopefully I wasn't muted for all that.
Oh, you were muted.
You're kidding me.
No.
Man.
I'm going to guess that was some absolutely riveting commentary that we missed out.
Well, how long was I muted for? It couldn't have been that long.
No, I did 15 seconds.
Oh, okay. All right, so no improvement. Actually, no. Swain jumps up to 6 as the taking a look at the times here. He just got about 5 minutes to go as Parsons has improved to a 29 flat.
Yeah, that's what we were expecting to see right there. I'm going to guess that he finally got off the last corner, or perhaps got a good toe down the back straight, front straight, whatever it is.
So Marty is in the pit lane. I don't see him. Oh, there he goes. He makes his way out for one last ditch effort here to try and steal pole away from Parsons.
I think he's thinking, what the heck am I going to do? Because I don't have
big
another
incident.
half second in this thing.
Big accident. McLaren and a Porsche coming together. These guys, I don't think they realize it's only a qualifying session. These guys are driving around here like they're like it's a race. Everybody's streaming out of the pit lane now, Brad.
Yeah, just under 5 minutes to go.
Yeah. Connor Swain way off. Let's see what David Poole can do here. Oh, he's well off the pace as well. Poole also carrying some success ballast. So Poole not going to improve. White now has fallen back to 9th. Jaime Moore half second off as he makes his way down the main straight here at Indy.
You know, Jaime Moore half second off, but I got to tell you, with 40 kilograms on that Ginetta, not particularly the speediest car on overall speed. Not too shabby a time, really.
Oh, and he jumps up to 8th, dropping Poole and White. Each of them a position. Greg Myers sitting in 11th. Rodrigo Triana now about to close out a lap. I'm sorry, Felipe Triana. He parks it. Keane in 13th. Let's jump back up front here. Let's see what Marty's doing, if he can answer. He's just started his lap here, and he's got traffic up ahead. This isn't going to help him.
Looks like that's going to be it.
Him to push and nearly pull it off. Allowed him to get by. Yeah, lost a bunch of time there in that first sector. John Luden about to close out a lap though. Let's see what he can do here. Luden to the line is not going to get it done. Yeah, he's not going to improve. Matt Taylor's on a flyer. Let's jump back up front here with Marty.
Yeah, a couple corners and we'll find out that second split time. These guys are going to get this lap and one more to come. So last couple shots here from Marty Eiran.
Oh yeah, way off. Parsons also putting one last lap in. And Taylor way off as well. Keep an eye on Trussler here. Man, these two guys, your leaders in the team championship, really working well together here in this qualifying. Doing a good job setting each other up there down for that main straight. Just timing it perfectly. Looks like Trussler was trying to help out his teammate, White.
Yeah, with that weight, I don't know. Maybe I think about flipping the switch there. I might try to get Trussler to advance that position. I don't know if Alex White's going to be helped that much by picking up a position or two here, Al.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
And it is, of course, better to try to coordinate this on your second lap when you come off for your timed lap, the last corner. But it's a little easier to do on the first one. Don't get quite as much benefit, though.
So Marty's going to be able to finish this lap. He stayed out. Try and put one last lap in. Got 1 minute to go here. Ooh, Marty. 7/10 off. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it done. Is that Aston?
You know,
Go ahead.
Yeah, for Marty, I think it's just a matter of throwing caution to the wind, throwing it into the corners, and hoping it sticks, because, yeah, that half second would be tough to pick up. Now, Salem was only 1/10 of a second off of the pole time through the first split here.
All right, so we just jumped on board with Salem.
Had a bit of trouble coming through turn 6. I think perhaps that's going to hurt his speed a little bit, but Salem, another guy into the 29s, doing pretty darn well, really, with 40 kilograms of weight ballast on that Corvette.
Yeah, it is very impressive time, actually. So half second off in the second sector. Time has run out, so it looks like he's going to be able to get this one in.
Yeah, and this is where the weight's really gonna pay its toll here. We'll see if he manages to pick up some time.
He does not. Does not improve. Oh, White parks it. So it looks like that's it. Doesn't look like Palacios going to get it in. Yeah, it's just Omar and Palacio out there. So that's going to do it, Brett. Eiran Parsons is going to be your pole sitter here tonight with a fantastic lap, 29 flat.
Yeah, and I'd have to say Eiran Parsons coming in, given all the scenarios with some fast guys starting toward the back, the various weight situations, Eiran Parsons probably the odds-on favorite for not only the pole but for the win here tonight. But then again, that's why they go out on track and race, because you never know. But Eiran Parsons looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, I think he was the odds-on favorite here to snatch pole. That car is very fast in a straight line, so he's definitely going to be tough to beat here tonight. But we'll just see how things go with Marty starting alongside of him. So it's going to be an entertaining race for sure.
Yeah, entertaining, especially with the times as tight as they are there up and down the entire field. But like I say, mistakes are relatively easy to make around this place, despite it seeming pretty open and easy to navigate. Really, turn one fracas coming up to pass somebody, very easy to do, very easy to loop it under acceleration with that low downforce. So a lot of challenges yet to overcome for these guys.
All right, so we're just waiting now for some latecomers here to come into the race. This qualifying 2 session. Once this is over, we're going to head over to warm-up and 5-minute warm-up, and then off to the races here at Indy. So while we got some time, let's just take a quick look at the championship points here in GT2. Alex White leading the way right now with 81 points. Second place, Eiran Parsons with 62. Montgomery Jr. third with 54. Mike Trussler and David Poole are tied with 48 in fourth, and Prato in fifth with 46. Prato unfortunately missing the last 2 races. He's away. He was out of the country, I believe. And we got a few other guys here away tonight, so not the grid size we're normally accustomed to here tonight, with about 25 guys. I think last week, what did we have, like 30, 31, Brad?
Yeah, 30 starters, I believe.
So, yep, a few guys with summer vacations getting in the way of their... They got to do like I do and plan their vacations around the league.
For sure.
Yeah. So, okay, now let's take a look at the team championship as team winning formula. That's Alex White and Mike Trussler. Those 2 guys leading the way pretty handily right now with 129 points over T. Brock Dam Bam, Eiran Parsons, and John Houston. They're in second with 89 points. Team Columbia Nuis, they're in third with 84. That's Jaime Moore and Prato. 05 Motorsports sitting fourth with 63. And Desert Dogs Racing, Kurt Chandler and Salem Montgomery Jr. in fifth with 54. So, what's that tell you? Kurt, he's got to get that Corvette going, man.
Yeah, look, it's actually still anybody's team championship. You have Team Formula winning way out front. Now, they could have lost a lot of ground last week at Mid-Ohio if not for Alex White having a superb run out there and finishing second. Let's not forget, Mike Trussler DNF that race, so it was no points for him. A total of 21 points earned for Team Formula winning. T-Bach Dam Bam in second. they picked up only 9 points in the team classification. They had a shot to do some real damage. Now, both of them finished very well in that race, but just not well enough to overcome that team's Team Formula winning strong performance. So, yeah, the championship is still up for grabs, but these guys are going to have to put their heads together, find a way to knock back those Team Formula winning guys a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to do with Houston out this week. It's just Parsons running for that team tonight. Columbia Newies, they got 2 guys running, Moore's running, and they got to fill in for Pareto tonight, so that's good. And the 2, David Poole and John Lydon, running tonight for 05. So good chance for those guys to make up some ground on team winning formula. They've had a great first half of the season, and with both guys finishing quite well week after week, but you know how racing goes here, Brad. Anything really can happen. A disconnect or an accident or anything like that, and the tides can change rather quickly.
Sure, and you know, it's all going to come down, I think, in Team Formula Winning's case, to not so much Mike Truss, but Alex White, because he is starting to accrue quite a bit of weight. And if he doesn't figure out a way to shed some of that weight while still gaining some decent points, he is going to be in trouble here. And that team will remain vulnerable, assuming that these other teams can get both their drivers in these events, get to come back from the vacations and rest days and stuff, and come back at full strength. So we'll see if that team does manage as sterling a second half as they had the first.
Alright, so when we last raced here back in 2013, David Poole took the win in the Ferrari 458. Mentioned Mike Monahan earlier taking second. Alex White finished third in the Z4. That was a race that was a wet race as well. It was a fast lap, and that one was a 33.5. So that is, if I recall, I think that race started off in the rain and then went damp and stayed damp.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a heck of a... go ahead.
No, I was just going to say Poole led 10 laps of that race. Savoie led 10 laps as well. Savoie DNFing after the 12th lap. So Poole ended up taking the win there last season. Several seasons ago.
Yeah, always a challenge in those changeable conditions and what kind of tires guys are going to be on and such. So no doubt some of that played into Kevin Savoie's problems, I'm sure. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting start here tonight as well, coming into turn 1. You always worry about turn 1s, right? But some are worse than others. And this one is about as bad as it can get. The drivers, no doubt, have been briefed and more or less read the riot act, and we'll see who can manage to adhere to the rules, or who might be clipped next week.
Well, one thing I've noticed thus far this season, it's just been a lot more aggressive, it seems like, this season. A lot of bumping and banging going on out there. It seems like guys are going to settle down a little bit. Gotta give up a position, give it up. There's no sense in taking each other off. I just need to settle down, calm down a little bit.
Yeah, it's that whole deal. You know, you can't win the race on the first lap, right? But you can still lose it.
That is true. So, we got about a minute left here in qualifying. Then we're going to move over to the race. Should mention real quick as... you are watching GTR2 coverage, NAGP coverage of the GT2 race here at Indy. We'll be on again Thursday night for our Assetto Corsa coverage from Spa, the mid-season classic. So it should be a great event there, Brad.
Yeah, it should be, and that championship is shaping up pretty interestingly as well, and had a few slots open in that league and a few extra drivers coming in, so the field has been rounded out, and word on the street is Eiran Parsons may be given that Thursday night a go again as well, so
yeah, he'll be
will
back.
Be interesting.
Yeah, he had a good run last week. He'll be back in the Viper this coming Thursday, so that's going to be interesting to watch. But the championship's pretty tight, both in the drivers and the team championship, so it's going to be fun to see how that thing shapes out.
Yeah, well, and who can complain with having to drive around Spa, huh?
Oh, I could complain. I never really do too well there, but, you know, it is what it is. So, this session now is completed. We're about to switch over here to the race and get this thing underway.
You know, that organizing committee could have, I don't know who that is, Al, but could have made that mid-season classic something else. You know, I don't know, Imola?
Well, Spa, you know, is considered one of the best tracks in the world. You know how that goes, so. All right, here we go. Oh, looks like pretty decent conditions right now, Brad. Doesn't look like it's going to rain. 72-degree ambient, 92-degree track temperature, sunny. So it looks like a beautiful day for racing. Let's run down the starting order here tonight. Eiran Parsons taking pole. He's going to start up front, followed by Marty Eiran, John Luden in third, Matt Taylor fourth. Mike Trussell's going to start fifth.
Salem Montgomery Jr. will look for a rebound this week, starting sixth. Connor Swain is in seventh. Jaime Moore takes eighth. David Poole is in ninth, and Alex White, our points leader, takes 10th.
Greg Myers is going to start 11th. Felipe Triana is going to start 12th. Jared Keene 13th. Brian Story 14th, and Palacio is going to start 15th.
Sergio Calderon takes 16th. Kevin Miller's in 17th. Mike Monahan languishing a bit in 18th. Lou Mascarelli 19th. Larry Ferguson back again, 20th.
Omar Gomez is going to start 21st. David Rowley's going to, he had no qual, he's going to be 22nd. Moses as well, 23rd. And Kurt Chandler is going to bring up the rear in 24th. So the guys are making their way up onto the grid.
Yeah, anxious moments always, but at least they don't have the weather to deal with. Ooh, actually, the ambient temperature has dropped rather drastically here, but still shouldn't have too much of an effect on these guys.
Keeps going down, Brad. Look at that.
Yeah. Well, you know, no need to say anything yet, but that can be an indication of a front moving in.
Yeah, it certainly does mean that. Well, we're gonna have to keep our eyes glued on the weather, but. We're about to go green here from Indianapolis for round 5, the GT2 championship here on Monday night. Revs come up. Ooh, great hole shot from Parsons. He rockets away. Slow start from Marty Eiran, and Matt Taylor's going to slip through. He might make it all the way in a second. He does. Power of that Viper motoring through. The field gingerly making their way through. Ooh, looks like Luden had a good run there. He's going to take that position back from Taylor. Take over the second spot. Marty Eiran shuffled back to 4th. Dressler holds on to 5th. Ooh, we got an incident in the back. One of the Lambos off. Ooh, one of the Mercedes takes it off. This Moses makes his way through cleanly. Oh, that was Alex White. Shuffles all the way back to 22nd with significant damage to the left side of that Mercedes, Brad.
Yeah, well, I guess that was contact. I couldn't see if that was due to contact or not. It was a completely clean start up until that point out.
And Parsons already starting to check out here. Jump on board with Marty Eiran. First time down the down the straight here at Indy. See what that Viper can do real quick as Matt Taylor. He's going to get a toe off Luden. Luden can sense it already. Luden trying to defend. Hold the inside. These two side by side into turn one. Is Taylor going to hang on to it? Oh, a little contact between the two, but Taylor gets the pass made. Marty's trying to sneak his way past. Ooh, both those guys. Nice synchronized slide there between two of them as they continue to go side by side. And Marty gets the pass made. And Montgomery Jr. now looking to make the pass on Luden. Anxious moments here for John Luden. Under intense pressure.
Yeah, and any pass these guys made can be easily repassed there coming down the long straight and that massive draft that you get, so nothing is settled.
Over Connor Swain. Yeah, Matt Taylor already checking out from Marty. Hang on board with Connor in the bank portion of this track. See what Connor can do here on David Poole. Looks like he might get a run on him. Side by side into one. Ooh. Poole hangs on to it.
Yeah, both Luden and Poole, both teammates, barely hung on over the Mercedes and Viper, respectively.
So Montgomery Jr. has moved up to fourth. Already now back to third. Let's take a look further back here. Luden's still under big pressure here from Mike Trussler in fifth. Luden with a little bit of, he had some contact with Taylor. Not sure if that's hampering him at all, but Taylor having a look on, sorry, Luden having a look on the inside, but
boy, we didn't mention that, but you're absolutely right. That aerodynamic damage can be costly down the long straight.
Chris Moses, starting near the back, has already worked his way up to 11th and now putting a lot of pressure on Felipe Triana.
Yeah, it was a very aggressive yet cautious start by Chris Moses. He took a few chances, made everything stick, and is running very nicely, as you can see.
Yeah, he got very lucky there at that incident in the first lap. He managed to get away without any damage, and he's getting a great toe off of Triana here. Wow, rocketing past that Janetta. Gonna pick up another spot here. Moses moves his way up to 10th. Very nicely done.
Yeah, and especially considering Chris Moses actually did not get much practice time for this event either, but knows the track well, knows the Viper well, and it's paying off.
Moses has agreed to allow us to talk to him during his pit stop, so look forward to that one. It's a little insight on some strategy.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun times. Something else that's kind of fun or interesting nonetheless is the track temperature has plummeted down now to 77 degrees, the ambient to 56 degrees Fahrenheit.
This is unbelievable.
And now yeah,
clouds remain, the skies remain clear. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Palacio now looking further back here. Palacio running in 13. Right, that big train of cars between Calderon, Jared Keene, Jaime Moore, David Rowley. Rowley not so fortunate, not as lucky as Moses, who has made his way up to 10th, but Rowley back in 17th. On board Rowley. Jared Keene having a look. Great toe off of Calderon. these guys swinging left and right.
Slicing and dicing.
Oh boy. Oh, rally. Nearly murdered Sergio Calderon.
Now, will Rally give the position back?
Yeah,
I'm thinking not.
big slide by Moore. Hangs on to it. Yeah, Rally probably should give that back as one of the Palacio takes it off. He's into the sandbox. Oh, yeah, Rally does give that spot back, so good job by him.
That's 3 consecutive times David Rowley has made a mistake going into turn 1 after having the pass already virtually made. So this time I guess he just figured, well, I'll go straight on. I don't have to worry about that whole turning process.
Oh, we're going 3 wide into turn 7. And Jaime Moore, what a pass! I assume he got the trees in the way. And Rowley makes another big mistake.
Yeah, Rowley, I think, just a little flustered at this moment, trying to find his legs here. I wonder if the temperature is not playing a bit of a role. You know, that Viper doesn't get a lot of heat into its front tires anyway. These temperatures could be causing a lack of adhesion there on the front end.
Keane with a nice exit. Yeah, he's going to get that pass made on Calderon. But Calderon's going to tuck up behind him, perhaps. And oh, boy. Here we go. All right, so Keane with the pass. Oh, Rally off again.
Wow, I assume that's through turn 1. All kinds of problems through turn 1 for David Rowley. Wow. Giving up 10 spots just at turn 1 here the last 3 laps.
He's handing them out like candy. Kurt Chandler back in 19th. Ascarelli, Monahan now putting some, put some pressure on Alex White. So Monahan has gathered it back together here.
Yeah, it's Alex White embroiled in the fight back there as well amongst those guys, looking to reclaim some of his lost positions.
With Mikey. Cadillac is no slouch down the straight. Let's see how he does it. He's got a good exit. Yep.
Connor can manage to keep it on track this time.
Oh, Mikey having a look on the inside. Wow. Oh. Some contact. Oh, boy. These guys are really hanging it out here.
Yeah, it's that long straight with the banking thrown in, Al. This causes some of this intense action.
Incredible. Oh, Larry Ferguson back at 22nd. How did Larry get back in here? 23rd, Kevin Miller. Let's look back out front here. Let's take a look at this gap for Parsons. Now 4 seconds over Matt Taylor. Marty Eiran not carrying any weight. Unable to shake loose Montgomery Jr. Montgomery hanging with him.
Yeah, very sharp for Salem Montgomery Jr. Just for the first time now, Al, looking at these times, Matt Taylor has held par with Aaron Parsons the last couple laps. So Matt Taylor perhaps finding his way and finding some pace as well.
So John Luden now in 5th, Trussler 6th, Connor Swain and Chris Moses now just puts the pass on David Poole for 8th. So Moses really on a charge here. He's got Connor Swain in his sights.
Yeah, Moses' times eclipsed only by the 2 leaders up front and only by about a 10th. So Chris Moses running the same time as the leaders at the moment.
temperature has settled down a little bit, but man, it has really gotten cold. You gotta expect some of these guys struggling to put heat in the tire with these temperatures.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, and I guarantee you that's what's catching some guys like David Rowley out, for sure.
Chris Moses trying to go to work here on Connor Swain.
Oh! Sorry, Al, it was Esteban Palacio and Sergio Calderon having a little bit of contact there through that 7, 8, 9 complex. As Esteban was actually battling with teammate Mike Monahan.
Moses might have a little bit more trouble trying to get by this the Viper of Connor Swain. Those two cars probably equally matched down the straights. Look for the back, Greg Myers and Felipe Triana. Good run. Triana filling in for Preto, and Triana is carrying 40 kilograms of success of ballast here tonight, so doing an admirable job.
Yeah, very good point, Al. Absolutely right, and don't know. Of course, he hasn't had a lot of practice in that Ginetta either, so very nice fill-in role. Yeah, important points for those teams, that team on offer here tonight. They want to get just as many as they possibly can. They need them.
Brian Story now up to 12th. He's got Jaime Moore behind him. So Story putting together a good run here. Big lurch by Moore. He's making his way onto the back, onto the main straight. Alex White carrying 90 kilograms of weight, not back in 16th, last points paying position. He's got aero damage, he's got all that weight. He's gotta be struggling with that.
Yeah, sitting in 16th position now for the last 3 or 4 laps. Al has not increased his position since then, so looks like he, for now, has been kind of stymied.
Rally had managed to make his way through turn 1 cleanly.
Yeah, that's a couple times he's gotten through there now, Al.
So Chandler 1 spot off the points, and then we got Monahan with Mascarelli and Palacio. Palacio trying to... Oh, Lou throttles it into the door panel of the, and then Calderon, and then we got some more contact. I'm ready for the gloves to drop here, Brad. I feel like I'm calling a hockey game. They're gonna go.
Well, I think it'd be have to drop the helmets here, but yeah, gloves, helmets, you know.
All right, back out front here. It's Parsons checking out from the rest of the field. Leading this one so far. Taylor about 4 seconds off, 4 and change, followed by Marty, Montgomery Jr., Ludden, Trussler, and Swain, as Moses has now been stymied here by Connor Swain, not able to make his way past.
Yeah, Chris Moses giving up tons of ground on these straight. I watched a couple of these laps as they came off that last corner, and Connor Swain able to pull away from the Chris Moses Viper. So that's going to give Chris Moses some fits as he tries to continue his charge. But only 14 seconds off the lead right now is Chris Moses to Eiran Parsons, and Matt Taylor again has kept that lead pretty static himself there in second. Times are starting to drop across the field here, almost 1 second, half a second actually for now, off their best laps.
So we're going to look for these guys to start coming in around lap 18, 19, something like that. Some guys may elect to stay out a little further. Currently working lap 11.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see any double stint of the tires tonight, but looking at how the times are dropping off, I'm going to say it's not a great possibility. I think some of these guys, even with the low temperature, are struggling a little bit with their tire wear.
Yeah, this track has, in the past, has always been a little tricky on the tires. It can be difficult, especially when you're sliding it around through the infield section.
Yeah, well, those left fronts, of course, will take a real pounding coming with all that speed and loading through the banking.
On board with Felipe Triana, all over the back of Greg Myers now for a 10th. Greg, a little damage from the little damage to the rear of that Audi, but not sure where that happened.
And otherwise, you'd say the Audi wouldn't be much of a match for the Ginetta on the front straight, so perhaps that damage is holding Gregory Myers back just a little bit, but that is a battle that's been raging here for, almost since the drop of the green flag. It's been quite a while those two have been going at it.
Triana was tucked up behind him on the last time around here on the main straight, but unable to get past. Let's see what he could do here. Ooh, really clean exit. That Audi's just got a lot of motor.
Yeah. Boy, watching that 7th place battle. Chris Moses just did not have anything for Connor on the straight.
Yeah, you gotta wonder if he's got that thing set up with a little bit more wing.
Well, the Swain Viper does have a bit more power than the Moses Viper. Moses's Viper does have a bit more overall mechanical grip.
Swain might have taken. I thought Swain might have. This damn tree, they got to cut it down. It's always in the way.
Yeah.
Well, meanwhile, David Poole has started to gather these two back up.
Yeah, he sure has.
He's starting to make some inroads of his own.
Yeah, and if there's one guy who's going to stay very close to his best laps over the course of a whole stint, it's going to be David Poole, one of the most consistent drivers here at NAGP, and that's exactly what's going on. David Poole actually just set his best lap of the race last lap.
Go further back, Greg Myers continues to lead Triana. Rally in 12th. Alex White has worked his way up to 13th. Jared Keane running in the points. Moore, he's got some damage to the front of that Ginetta. And then Kurt Chandler now in the points, so with Monahan not far off. So Brian Story, not sure. He's got some damage to the right front of that Lambo. Not sure what happened to him. He was at one point running in the 12th position. Now has fallen back to 18th, so not sure if he mixed it up with somebody or what. But
yeah, teammate Kevin Miller, of course, starting from the 17th spot, has not managed to improve his position. In fact, has dropped back here to 22nd as well. So both those drivers for that team not terribly impressive here tonight.
Lou and Sergio. Side by side. Yeah, for the battling for that 20th spot. See if Sergio has a look on the inside. He does not. Allison back in 23rd. That's it. He's running last of the big slide by Parsons. Let's take a look at the gaps now. 6.5. Now Taylor coming under pressure from Marty Eiran for second. So Marty has put it together here. Start to claw away at that lead that Taylor had.
Yeah, and Taylor's times have been dropping off. I mean, we see the gap now up to 6 seconds suddenly to Eiran Parsons. So Eiran Parsons holding on to his speed a bit better than Matt Taylor, who I have to think is suffering with some tire degradation. That temperature has gone the other way now, Al. It's starting to creep up again.
Yeah, you got to wonder because it's following Matt around here a little bit. It looks like he struggling a little bit through some of these corners.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. Yeah, quickly becoming a battle there. And Marty sure would like this position. His times actually right now to Eiran Parsons, Marty's that is, very good. So those guys running pretty close on lap times at the moment.
So nothing doing there for Marty. But this is going to allow Montgomery Jr. to creep up to these guys.
Boy, and what a run for Salem Montgomery Jr. with the 40 kilograms of weight himself. He's the highest placed car with that amount of weight on. In fact, I think John Luden behind doesn't have any, and he's staying well clear of John Luden, so fantastic run for Salem.
Oh, Moses now under pressure from... So you got to wonder, these two Vipers are suffering the same tire issues here as Moses starting to fall prey to David Poole here for 8th.
Yeah, and if you're Chris Moses, you have to start thinking about what kind of strategy you're going to employ, not only to stay out in front of David Poole, but to pass Connor Swain. I mean, Moses obviously does have some pace on Swain, but to get hung up behind him here, it's really cost him dear.
Really drifting the car through all these corners. It's amazing.
Yeah, and that's the one place you don't want to drift it. Right there, coming off that final corner. Well, second to lap.
Oh, Moses into the pits.
Yeah, and I suspected this might be the case. I think Chris wants to get on some fresh rubber. Times are continuing to drop off from their best lap, so there's time to be gained on fresh tire.
Moses pitting in early. What's the strategy?
Well, if he's pitting early, he's...
Yeah, I'm taking some pressure out. I can't pass Connor. He's running low downforce, so I'm going to get in and out here and see if I can make up some time, take care of the tires.
Notice that Taylor looked like he was suffering a little bit with tire wear. You guys having issues?
Yeah, I think he's on mediums. I went with hard to start with. It's better. But I've just thrown around too much trying to get
All right, well.
By Connor.
Yep, we saw that. All right, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, there you have it. So Moses switching on to the harder rubber here for the second stint.
Yeah, nice to get that update. I'd forgotten we had arranged special for that pit stop interview, Al, so good work on that.
Yeah, I had a feeling he was going to come in. I think just watching him stuck behind Connor was the window was open for him to come in and took advantage of that. So
well,
smart
now
play.
We know who to watch. Yeah, now we know to watch Connor Swain and David Poole, see where he comes out in relation when they cycle through.
All right, so Marty now having a look on Taylor into turn 1, and Marty gets the job done. So nice pass from Marty. Let's see what Marty can do here. See if he can eat away at Parsons' lead here. Marty moving into the second position.
You know, I think he can, Al. I absolutely think he can. I don't know if he's got enough to make big inroads here, but I think he can certainly keep it close. And judging by how the first stint has gone here, Yeah, maybe he'll have something for Eiran Parsons in this second stint.
Yeah, you got to wonder if Taylor's going to opt to come in now as his teammate now made the move into the pits.
Yeah, I have quite a few guys stopping now. Rally, Poole, Swain, all coming in.
All right, so the floodgates have opened. Let's see what our leader does here. If he opts to pit.
That's only going to give Moses about 1 lap of pace here on those guys. We'll see if it's enough.
All right, Parsons stays out. Wow, look at that gap Marty already put over Taylor. Taylor's going to stay out as well, so top 4 staying out. Trussler.
Wow, Chris. Just quick update, David Poole actually beat Connor Swain out of the pits by a large margin, but so did David Poole. So David Poole now running behind Chris Moses on track and in front of Connor Swain.
So great work by Poole. So Jared Keane into the pits. Ooh, some contact with the inside wall coming in. This is a very tricky pit entrance. You carry so much speed coming in. You gotta be very careful.
Yeah, the pit entrance itself is actually quite easy. It's the braking to get down to the pit line speed with all the loading there on the left-hand side. Very easy to lose it, and Jared Keane gave a perfect example of what can happen.
So Kurt Chandler, who has yet to pit, has jumped up into 11th. Palacio 12th. So yeah, it looks like Story in, Lou is in. Moses, yeah, Moses beat out. I gotta say, that was a very quick stop by Chris.
Yeah, very quick.
So beats out David Poole by a wide margin, like you said. Connor Swain.
Yep, leader's in.
Marty's staying out. Now we've seen this in the past from Marty. Let's see how far he can stretch this out.
Yeah, his times actually are still relatively good with his best lap. A bit off the pace, but yeah, still pretty good. Not down to where Eiran Parsons is on fresh rubber, but holding decent pace.
Montgomery Jr. also stayed out, as has Triana. So interesting. White also has yet to pit. So Greg Myers into his pit box. Parsons still, oh, he's just got it fired up. He's down and he's away.
Well, I tell you, this is a tough track to double stint on. Yeah, there's quite a bit of time to be lost out there on worn rubbers, and this pit lane is quite long as well.
Okay, Taylor's going to beat out John Ludden. Not by much. Trussler right there as well. So good stops by these guys. Oh, and there's Moses. Oh, and he's going to beat Trussler. He beat and maybe Ludden. Wow. What a stop by Moses. Unbelievable.
Wow, you gotta wonder if the guy took enough fuel. Holy smokes! Maybe your interview, he forgot to put in some fuel in the car or something.
Let's hope not.
That was a ripper.
Yeah, dynamite stop from Moses, and he's got his teammate up ahead of him. David Poole not so lucky as he comes out behind Trussler and his teammate John Ludden. Connor Swain now back to 12th. So pit stop still have yet to shape up here, shake out. Sorry, and I have to see what Marty decides to do. Oh,
yeah,
Marty
is in.
Oh, looks like a pretty quick stop from Montgomery Jr. I gotta wonder if he's double stinting. Oh, Marty's away. Montgomery Jr. beats him out. As Parsons now just entering turn 1. So that's going to move Salem into second. And Marty just beats out Matt Taylor. So actually very good stuff from Taylor as well. Picked up a little bit of time on Marty. And well, we saw that stop by Moses. What a great stop he had.
Yeah, so the battle has been rejoined and things have been shuffled up a little bit, but all still running close together at the moment. I'm curious about that Salem Montgomery Jr. stop. He must have taken a double stint, Al.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, that was a very fast stop by Salem.
I mean, maybe. Well, I'm not sure. I'll take a look at the lap times as they roll across.
All right, so Marty now under big pressure here from Taylor and Chris Moses in 5th. Ooh, big slide from Taylor. You gotta wonder if Taylor's gonna let Moses take the fight to Marty here. If Taylor is unable to get it done within the next lap or two.
Yeah, hard to say. I mean, remember, Matt Taylor did have very good speed that first stint.
All right, so Chris taking a look into turn 1. Yeah, so he gets by. So it's up to him now to get past Marty for that 3rd position. What a charge through the field tonight for Chris Moses, starting from the rears up to 4th.
Yeah, pretty remarkable run for sure. Got off to a great start, and passing cars right or left got a little held up there by Connor Swain, but that early pit stop has paid big dividends. And meantime, what's happened to Connor Swain? Well, he's back in 9th.
Yeah, so the pit cycles have happened, and yeah, Connor, he's on the outside looking in now. Not a good start from him. That's unfortunate. He was having a pretty good run. So perfectly played there by Moses. He picked it. He couldn't get by him, and he sees the opportunity.
Yeah, I think Salem Montgomery Jr. has taken tires. I think he just he made a really good stop. His lap times are in line with the guys that have taken fresh rubber.
Let's take a quick look at the gap. It's 12 seconds now. Parsons over Montgomery Jr. So Parsons able to increase his lead over these guys. So yeah, you got to wonder. Marty must have had a just had a bad stop as well, like Connor.
Yeah, as a full 7 seconds slower than the guys around him. So yeah, absolutely right.
So let's look down the field here. We'll see what others came out. Luden hanging in there in 6th. Trussell running in 7th. Interested to see where White came out after his stop. Poole in 8th. Swain running in 9th. His teammate behind him in 10th. So we got Monahan, Greg Myers, and Alex White now back in 13th. Interesting.
Yeah, and I think Mike Monahan has pulled some shenanigans in the pits. His lap times would suggest that he did not swap out the rubber on that Cadillac, so he could be in trouble here, but has advanced his position for the moment.
Oh, Greg Myers takes it off. Greg now side by side with, yep, that's Triana. Triana gets passed for 13th. With Alex White. passing a 1. Meanwhile, Greg Myers having a look on the inside of Triana. Those two go side by side. Triana's going to hang on to him. Okay. Greg having a look around the outside. Ooh, takes a wheel off, but gathers it back in. White's still showing some damage to the left side of that Mercedes. Big lurch there from Mike. It out here. Great racing here, midway, mid-pack.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm still watching as a battle up toward the front, so teammates Chris Moses, Matt Taylor, PMR Racing, still hanging here with Marty Eiran. That is still a three-way battle for the podium as well.
That's got to be so frustrating for White. Ooh, Greg having a look on the inside again. Just not close enough. So you're thinking Mike Monahan double stinted?
Yeah, well, that's looking at the lap times. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, he probably should have taken some new white walls. Ooh. Little opening there for White, but unable to get the pass made.
You know, I'm showing about 10 seconds difference those lap times. So between both he and teammate Esteban Palacio, so it's possible those guys just took one set of tires, front or rear. That's not always the best thing to do either. You really have to kind of set up the car for that and plan it in advance. Otherwise, you can't get some balance issues.
Right there, wow. Mike really making it tough for these guys. Into turn 1. Oh, big slide by Triana. Everybody gets through okay. White makes the pass. Just locked them up. Rear end came around on Triana there. Looking a little too deep.
Boy, that's good news if you're Alex White to clear Mike Monahan, because now you don't have too much pressure behind after the Ginetta went off. So Gregory Myers is back there, but you don't figure Monahan's going to have speed on Alex White. So not the points position Alex White really wants to be in 11th, but it could be worse, all things considered, without having to deal with a lot of pressure from behind.
So after that off, Palacio has made his way past Triana for 14th. And Jared Keane now in the last points paying position. Right behind him is Jaime Moore. Jaime Moore in 17th. So Jaime having a tough night going tonight. Let's take a look back out front. So Marty really turning the screws here. Putting a lot of time between himself and Moses. And Moses' teammate Matt Taylor. So, yeah, Marty's pace, he really is, it's genuine after that poor pit stop. He's starting to inch closer here to Salem Montgomery Jr. in second.
Yeah, turning very consistent laps now, and much better laps than he was turning in the first stint. So he definitely has come out of this the pit cycles with a vengeance here, and has really bared down. Now, not making too many inroads here to leader Eiran Parsons, but he's right there. If Eiran Parsons does make a mistake,
it doesn't look like Parsons. Yeah, Parsons is just consistently putting down the laps and staying out of trouble. So it's playing into his hands. Playing into his hands here tonight. Here's your top three.
Yeah, and Chris Moses, meanwhile, has dropped off of Marty's pace just a little bit. In fact, teammate Matt Taylor looks a little stronger at the moment.
Yeah, and Luden is starting to creep up on these guys as well, so...
Yeah, once again, I have to say I expected John Luden and David Poole both to be running a little stronger than this, perhaps challenging more for the top 5 positions, but has not worked out to be the case yet tonight for the 05 Motorsports guys.
Russell in 7th, so after that stop, David Poole remains in 8th, unable to make any real headway here. Still has those guys in his sights up ahead of him, but just unable to make up any time on him. Meanwhile, Connor Swain and David Rowley continue to run 9 and 10th. There's your top 10. So after White got past Monahan, he's really checked out, as has Myers. Myers has made his way past Monahan as well. So the battle right now is between Triana and Esteban Palacio.
Yeah, best battle going at the moment, and it does look like Triana has a bit of pace on Palacio. Yeah, those guys quickly, I think, will advance up to Esteban's teammate Mike Monahan here in the next lap or two.
So Triana's going to struggle here. He's not going to be able to reel in that Cadillac down the straight, but he's going to have to make his move in the infield.
Yeah, have a quick update, Al. Actually, looks like PMR has switched tactics here. Matt Taylor is now running 4th to teammate Chris Moses. I don't know if that was a tactical situation or if Moses made some type of mistake, but in any event, that running order has changed, with Luden continuing to close the gap.
Yeah, so Luden. This is going to be interesting. Luden's going to have a tough time, I think. I don't think he's got the top end to get past Moses down the straight here, but looks like Luden might be a bit better through the infield.
Oh boy, so the temperature was going back up, Al. It's gone down again suddenly, and actually the
rain
forecast,
clouds are rolling in. Yep. Isn't that interesting? So yet again, another Indianapolis race with the threat of rain. Go ahead.
Yeah, still looking pretty dry, but you never know. We are starting to run out of laps here as well, so if it comes, there won't be too many laps to go.
Working lap 30, so got about 6 more to go. Take a look at the timing here. It actually might go a little quicker. It might go 37. We'll have to wait and see. It's an unfortunate thing with GTR2 is you don't have a sense of... Oh, as Connor Swain has taken it off track. It looks like his teammate's going to get past, so David Rowley moves into 9th, and Connor falls back to 10th. So getting
outside at that treacherous turn 6, Al. Very tricky to get through there consistently.
Yeah, so getting back to what I was saying, there's no timer or lap count, so it's kind of tough to know what is happening. So I got to rely on timing here, because we do laps or distance, whatever comes first. So it's 167 kilometers here on Monday nights.
Well, as you work out those calculations, I've got one for you here. It's about 0.3 of a second. John Luden to Chris Moses as they run on track, and Luden looking to make a move into turn 1.
Now we just picked up on that. Let's jump on board with John. Ooh, is one of the Lamborghinis playing around in the sand.
Yep.
Big slide.
Yeah, so did he say he was putting on the hards at the stop?
I believe that's what he did say, yeah.
I couldn't tell if he said he is putting them on or taking them off, but in any event, I think it's hurt him if he has. Especially with the temperature dropping, it's going to be a little harder to get temperature into those hard tires, and that could be saying something about his pace at the moment.
Got some lap traffic up ahead for these guys. It looks like Wu and Calderon. Mike Trussler unable to make up any ground really on John Luden. These positions have been pretty static here. Within the top 10. Ooh, it has started to rain, I believe. I'm hearing rain, Brad. And it's gotten dark,
whoa,
big time.
I think I saw some, whoa, that was fast.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Wow, it is raining here. Track remains dry, but oh, it's already cut. The spray's starting to come up. Let's follow our leader.
Wow. Well, this, ooh, boy, little track glitch there or something. I don't know what happened, but, ooh, this is interesting.
Ooh, we got the Greg Myers into the pits. Oh, man, it is coming down heavily.
All right, well, we'll have to keep our eye on who throws it off track here.
Ooh, Parsons nearly throws it off, and it's starting to come up big time. Looks like Parsons going to come in. No, he's going to stay out. Sorry.
Oh, he's going to try it. Track goes from nothing to almost. Oh, Jared Keane shows up at the DNF.
Ooh, that's too bad for Jared. He was having a pretty decent
It
run.
could be. He was. It could be flooded by the time Eiran gets back to the pits. Who knows?
What is going to happen here? I think Sky's kind of faking a little fade into the pits, but these guys are staying out. Greg Myers, I know he came in.
Yeah.
Track remains damp. So,
Yeah.
for the second week in a row, wet conditions here for these drivers late in the race.
You know, the forecast only calls for damp conditions, but as quickly as the weather moved in, it looked a little glitchy there in terms of the track. As quickly as it moved in, you were thinking, well, it's, you know, who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, conditions only call for some of the light stuff.
So at the moment we have about we got about 8 minutes to go. So I think Greg Myers took a gamble here to jump on some either inters or wet tires. Alex White in the pits. Oh, and the clouds are starting to clear up. Just like that.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, as David Poole trying to get past. Wow, the sun has, the sun really came out very quickly. So Alex White took a gamble, and it has not paid off for him, as conditions are now gone from damp to dry, just like that. Just switch back to dry.
Yeah, it's gone much worse than not paying off. It's really hurt him, and fortunate here. We haven't seen this from this track before, I don't think, where it's gone like this. This is That's a pretty bad deal for these guys, really, that kind of gotten caught out here. But in any event, now it's still John Luden up there looking at Chris Moses, but now Marty Eiran has pulled up on Salem Montgomery Jr. And so a couple fights here going late in this race.
Yeah, I was just watching Alex White momentarily. They're struggling on those wet tires.
It's going to get worse for him. Yep. If he did something and took on like soft wets or something like that, he could very easily explode those tires. I mean, in fact, he almost surely will.
Yeah, there still is a little bit of spray on the track, but yeah, if he's on soft wets, then it might be game over.
Yeah, in any event, either you got to come back in, or you're. Either you come back in or you explode the tires. It's a no-win situation. So
he's trying to get out of the way of this battle here between Marty and. Oh yeah, he's back into the pits. So this might leave him with 0 points here tonight. And Marty's going to have a look on Salem here. Salem defending the inside. This is for second place. Oof, very close, but Marty gets the pass made.
Nice pass, yeah, right around the outside there. Both guys, great job.
Meanwhile, back here we got Chris Moses and John Luden side by side. And Luden makes the pass on Chris. Wow, so Moses falls back to 5th.
Boy, and that'll be a real dagger to the heart. After such a great start for Chris Moses, he must have been thinking, hey, I've got a shot to do some real damage here. Came out of the pits up there in 4th place and was looking strong, but just was not meant to be.
Ooh, Marty with the mistake has fallen back to 3rd. He just took it off.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Boy, well, you got to feel bad for those guys that came in for that switcher rubber. I think Jared Keene got caught out and had a spin and a DNF as a result as well. But bad luck for those guys here tonight. Pretty unfortunate.
In the pits right now. Ferguson is in the pits. Greg Myers, he had to take tires. Take a look at the laps here real quick, see where we're at. Oh, looks like we got 1 to go here, Brad.
Yeah, closing out quickly.
Yep. Let's take a look back. Oh, looks like we might have a couple left here. So Salem, ooh, with a big spin and from one of the Lambos. Salem coming up on some lap traffic.
Yeah, he's coming up on some lap traffic, and Mike Trussler suddenly is making some inroads here on Chris Moses. In fact, that battle has been joined as they go through turn 6. Chris Moses really struggling here with the rear end.
Ooh, Trussler himself nearly loses it on exit. Big slide.
I tell you, there's not going to have been a defended 6th position like this 6th position will be defended here.
I'll tell you what, there's still a little bit of spray coming offline here, so I think that might be catching some guys off a little bit.
Yeah, sure is. Yeah, if you're defending into turn 1, I would say the place to be is right on the racing groove.
So Alex White currently... Oh, Moses into the pits!
Oh, wow. Really?
You got to think he's light on fuel.
Yeah, he must be light on fuel, Al. He didn't take enough fuel.
And Marty now, we just picked up Marty, taking position away from Salem Montgomery Jr. So Marty gets it back. Just caught the tail end of that. There was a little bit of contact there, but Marty back into second. Let's see where that puts Moses. Yeah, he's back out. He's in 10th. He's going to lose a position to Triana. So Moses is going to fall back to 11th after that. So it looks like he didn't take enough fuel there, Brad. Came in just a little too early.
Yeah, that's right. And boy, we saw that. He was certainly in a pit stop window, so I think just got the fuel calculation wrong. And that was why he made such nice ground on the stops.
Yeah, so it looks like we got at least one more to go.
So it's looking like it's going to be a pretty good team effort here by 05 Motorsports. If Eiran Parsons holds on to this win, that T-Brock Dan Bam squad actually will pick up some nice points. Suddenly, with Alex White dropping out of the points here, should they finish this way in the team battle, so that actually will close up quite a bit.
Yeah, let's not forget Team Columbia as well. Triana, I'm not sure what Moore is. He might have Moore's in 12th, Triana. So yeah, those guys may pick up some points on White and Trussler. Chandler running in 13th, so Chandler is going to be in the points here tonight. May score his first points of the season, so that's going to be good for Desert Dog Racing.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That'd be actually some nice points.
So Story 15th, Mascarelli in 16th, and White. Looks like White's, unless something happens to the guys up front, he's going to be pointless here tonight at Indy. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Lou Mascarelli's still quite a ways up the road, really, so don't think Alex is going to have a shot at him.
So there's your leader, Eiran Parsons, and what we think is the last lap of this race. Really an amazing drive from him tonight. From basically the drop of the flag, he really checked out from the rest of the field. I think within the first couple laps, he was already four or 5 seconds up on everybody.
Yeah, it's one of those nice, comfortable wins. You know, was not seriously threatened from behind. Brian Story's out of gas.
Oh. Well, that's gonna.
That could be Alex White's
point. Yeah.
Position. Oh, I was just about to mention Brian Story up there in the points.
Yep, can't make it.
Oh, wait a minute. Luden suddenly has caught Matt Taylor here toward the last lap out.
He did. Luden jumps into third. Wow.
He's going to make the pass. Yeah, wow.
Wait, what happened to... Hold on a second. What happened to Salem?
Timing and scoring glitch,
Oh,
I think.
okay, all right. So Parsons, there you have it. Parsons takes the win. It's going to be Marty in second. Montgomery Jr. is going to take third. Oh, Taylor's out of gas. That's it. He's out.
Wow.
So Luden's going to take fourth. Trussler fifth. Poole's going to take sixth.
Wow. 05 Motorsports, what a gift.
Oh, looks like he's going to make it. Rally's going to take eighth. We think. Rally takes seventh. Swain eighth.
Go, Matt, go, go, go!
He's not going to do it.
Well, I think Moses is still out there,
yeah.
so.
Well, Moses, he's got to. Oh, there you go. You got some help.
There you go. Okay, all right.
All right. Unreal. So that's it. Oh, well, I think Jaime Moore's still out there. Yep. Jaime Moore and Chandler, they're on the lead lap. So it's going to be Jaime Moore's
Yeah,
going
nice
to
run
take
for Curtis.
12. Yeah, definitely. And that's it. Wow. Well, a little bit of a curveball thrown into this one, Brad, but overall a pretty quiet run here tonight. Let's see if we can find Parsons. Aaron Parsons, Al, and Brad here in the broadcast booth. Do you copy?
Hi, Al. Hi, Brad.
Hey, wow, what a great run for you tonight here. Dominating in qualifying there. It was a little close for about half that qualifying session, but put down that nice 29 flat and cleared Marty by about half a second. No other real threats there, but tell you what, the race, you pretty much, after that turn one, you checked out and you were gone. So must have been a comfortable feeling there. And that little thread of rain cell that passed through, what were you thinking? What was going through your head there? I know we saw what happened last week, but man, that must have had you a little bit nervous.
Yeah, there wasn't. I was pretty in control at that point, so the only thing that could really mess up my race was the weather. So it made me nervous when I saw it come in. It came in really quickly, but then it disappeared just as quickly. So nothing really happened there. Pretty uneventful race for me. Apart from that, a lot of guys had either penalty or penalty weight or weren't here. A lot of guys that would have been fast, so it would have been a lot more interesting if those guys had been able to run at the front.
Yeah, it was in the end a pretty uneventful race. I think you did have to earn this one really in the end, because guys did at some points of the race seem to manage to match your pace. They couldn't quite do it at the right time, so it'd come either early in the stint they'd drop off, or Marty was showing good pace but was kind of mired in traffic there the first stint. So yeah, overall it was a good win, but it wasn't exactly a pull away win. It didn't seem like.
Yeah, the Aston's a really good fair weather car, so if you can run fast laps right at the front of the race, that's where it's in its element. With good weather, especially with good weather, you can really put the power down, make the best use of the car. The car's weakness is tyre wear and fuel economy, so being able to pull a gap at the front, that's really where the car shines.
Well, that was a tremendous run tonight, Eiran. Really a dominating event for you overall tonight. So how do you think your car is going to work over at Dubai, carrying all that weight next week?
We've got quite a few good races coming up for the Aston. Probably the worst race coming will be Zolder. I think that's the second to last race, but it's kind of why we picked the Aston. There's quite a few good races in the middle of the season for us in the Aston.
All right, well, we'll be keeping our eye out for you next week, and again, another big congratulations on a great night, and good luck next week at Dubai.
Thanks, Al. Thanks, Brad, doing the broadcast.
You got it. All right, Brad. Well, that's it. That's going to close our night here tonight. Quite a race. Some interesting happenings. Some pretty close battles overall. But like Eiran says, really uneventful night for him. He really checked out.
Well, he did, and I tell you, he's not quite going to check out in overall driver points in that classification, but he's going to do massive improvement to help his cause here with that win here tonight. And Alex White, I think, squeaking out 1 point in the Drivers' Championship. So that is going to be a whole new ball game next week. Salem Montgomery Jr. as well, helping out his cause tonight too over Alex White. So that's quickly going to become a three-way battle heading into next week. And speaking of next week, that Dubai race and Bahrain the week after that, those are a couple interesting events for these GT2 cars. Don't typically run those big tracks in this class, and I'm interested to see how those races are going to shape out. Should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, a couple tracks we rarely run here in GT2. So yeah, you're right. But I will not be here next week. Brad's going to be covering for me, so he'll be bringing you the action live from Dubai. And until then, we have our Thursday night Assetto Corsa League broadcast from Spa this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully you guys can join us for that. So until next week, Brad, have a great night. Thank you. Good night, everybody.